Coming down, 3, 2, and 1. Well, Mike, welcome back to Mayor's Monday here at WSAU, WSAU.com. Give us an idea of how's the summer going so far. I mean, can we officially say that now? It's been like 90 degrees here in this office that you have absolutely no air conditioning in besides the window unit over there.
Right.
There's our visual for the week. So can we say it? How's the summer going so far?
I think we skipped spring and went right into summer
okay,
because
okay.
this is like Vegas spring, right? 90 degrees. I think we set a record last week too. One day,
couple of them.
Yeah, it's just crazy. And you know, there's a serious side to this too because I've been talking with people in the larger agriculture field, and this is going to have an effect. Crops are in the ground. The heat and dry weather is going to cause problems down the road for corn and especially potatoes. I didn't know this at the time, but a potato grower informed me that when the ground gets hot like this, the potatoes don't grow correctly, and sometimes they form these hollow spots in the middle. I know you've seen it when potatoes get too big and they grow too fast.
Oh, of course.
But apparently the heat will have the same effect because he's saying if it's a 90-degree air temperature, your ground temperature is significantly more, 110, 115 degrees. And that has an effect on the way the potatoes grow. So it could be a pretty serious year for anyone who's on the opposite of keto diet. I don't know what the carb diet is. But you may see a higher than average price for, corn and potatoes come fall.
Yeah, and it could be a good use for it, though. I mean, we could have potato donuts, donut fries, I suppose.
We could do that too,
Yeah,
or we could make vodka and whiskey.
Yeah, that's true. That's
leftover corn and potatoes. These are a few of my favorite things.
Yes, indeed. Speaking of which, you've got all of your breweries are open. You had a Point had some festivities over the weekend.
Yep,
the Point
last
Brewery
Saturday
had some festivities. You've had other outdoor events here in Stevens Point over the weekend as well, a Pride Festival, things like that. So you've had your outdoor events, and people are getting reasons to come out and into downtown Stevens Point for various reasons.
They are, and it's not just downtown. I mean, they're all over the place. Last weekend was very busy. Of course, we've kicked off our 11 Amp Music Series on Thursdays at Piffner Pioneer Park. Wednesdays, they have Notes at Night downtown on the public square. City Band plays Wednesday nights at Piffner Pioneer Park. And this weekend, we've got a bunch of stuff going on, too. So we're having Marion Schneider is putting together, along with a few other people, a Juneteenth celebration, and that's going to be from 11 to 2 at the Idea Center, which is just off Water Street, near downtown Stevens Point. It's kind of by Ruby Cafe. We've got the sheriff. The sheriff and I are going to be serving breakfast again at June Dairy Days. We've done this for the past several years. It's going to be a little bit different. We're at Felt's Dairy Farm, but it's going to be a drive-through type event where there won't be a whole lot of person-to-person contact, just to keep things a little bit safer. But the sheriff and I will be serving there. I think it's a Saturday morning. And, of course, we've got Rock the Dock coming up. That's a downtown business event, originally raising money for the dock downtown. Now it's just a party to help raise money to continue the maintenance and that sort of thing. And then, as I said, we still have every Wednesday night City Band and Notes at Night downtown. Plus, every Thursday, now through August, is going to have the Levitt Amp Music Series. You can go online to stevenspoint.com or Create's website or Facebook page to see what the upcoming lineup is going to be. And then, of course, the climax of the summer, the 4th of July Festival, Riverfront Rendezvous, is going on. And I got to tell you, this year I'm pretty excited about it. It's going to be kind of a party to end COVID as well, right? We're almost out of this thing, and it's going to be a blast. We've got food vendors. The headliners have all been released. We've got a Prince tribute band. We've got horseshoes and hand grenades, and we are going to have the best fireworks show this area has ever seen for 2 reasons. One, we didn't spend any money last year, so we're maxing out our ability this year, and they're going to be shooting them off from the river now rather than the shoreline. We originally started that to allow more space for people to spread out because they took up the whole western shoreline for the fireworks, not the whole western, but you know what I mean. So we're moving them into the river, which allows more seating so more people can spread out a little bit and see the fireworks. And because we're doing that, the regulations will allow us to increase the mortar size by 2 inches. So we were restricted to 6-inch mortars, which are pretty big. We're going up, well, 20%. So we're going to have bigger, better, faster. It's going to be an amazing fireworks show. So come on out and celebrate with us. Riverfront Rendezvous. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday over 4th of July weekend. The 2nd, 3rd, and 4th fireworks are going to be on the 4th.
That was 5 minutes of
Was it?
events, by the way. I don't know if you were timing.
I wasn't timing it.
That was 5 minutes of things to do here in Stevens Point just in the next 4 weeks.
Yeah. Well, no, that's this weekend, and Riverfront Rendezvous, I guess. But everything else was like this weekend, and that wasn't even covering all of it.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of little events. I know there's a fundraiser up at River's Edge Campground. Of course, there's all sorts of live music venues. I know Rookies does live music and things like that, but these are separate individual events. There's always something fabulous to do here in Stevens Point.
And as people have come out and gotten out again to see each other, and again come out of COVID lockdown, I mean, what are you finding they're doing? I mean, I'm guessing people are fairly comfortable coming out into these settings, but there's still some that may say, hey, could you give me a few more feet of space here too? Is that correct?
And there are. And so everybody, please, if you're out and about, respect everyone else's comfort level too. But it's interesting because, I liken it out of maybe coming out of hibernation or something along those lines where, they're creaking open the door a little bit. What's going on? Is this safe? Maybe take a step out, figuratively, of course. And maybe we're just going out to eat for the first time, or maybe I will go attend that meeting in person this time. And we're really just starting to relearn how to walk, if you will. I see people. I've done a couple of in-person type presentations already to various groups. The Rotary Club just last week, and it was like, everybody's smiling, and we can see it. You're just happy to be out, even if it's work, and I get this boring presentation from the mayor who's going to talk our ear off. They're just happy to be out doing something, to see people face to face, and honestly, to see the face of a face to face.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's been the great parts about all of this. I mean, even just for me getting back into these settings where we're in the same room together, we can finally really exchange ideas, get those ideas flowing, and it seems like it all just kind of comes together.
And you're learning things about people. I mean, our community development director, Ryan Karnowski, he has a mustache. Who knew?
Grade the mustache. Got to grade the mustache for us.
Yeah,
is it an A? Is it a B? I mean,
he's got some work to do.
Okay.
I think he's still in the amateur division, but he's getting there. I mean, I'm no one to talk, of course, but he's getting there.
Absolutely. And again, it's just been great to see everybody coming back together. I know this week in Wausau, we're going to have our concerts on the square. Maybe even you're finally going to get up and get that dinner from Mayor Katie Rosenberg that I believe that you're still owed. By the way, from many years ago. Actually, it might have been from the Jim Tipple era.
Was, and that was actually opposite.
Okay.
I owed a dinner.
But
I did take care of that.
Okay.
When before Chief Kujawa retired,
Right.
We couldn't get together in person, so me and the police chief or fire chief here in Stevens Point went and we bought Polito's Pizza for the whole firehouse.
Okay.
So we settled the debt before Chief Kujawa retired, and you've got a new fire chief now, so I'm going to be smart and not make those silly bets.
Don't
only bet on a sure thing.
Don't underestimate us. Here in Wausau, I guess is the point of that story. But anyway, we're getting concerts on the square started again. I mean, are you going to maybe come up to Wausau and help Mayor Katie introduce some of these acts on stage as maybe a welcome again to the end of COVID
that's not a bad idea. Maybe Mayor Rosenberg can come down here one night for Levitt or Notes at Night, and I'll go up to Wausau and we'll get to experience each other's communities. We're both fabulously involved in our communities, and we both have very good communities, even if Wausau is second to Stevens Point. No, I'm kidding. No, Mayor Katie's doing a great job up there, and I admire everything she's doing. But I think, that's a good idea. Maybe we'll put the invitation out there, and we'll we'll swap cities for a day.
That's what we do. That's what we do here. We come up with ideas. We bring people together. It's all part of the gig.
You're an idea man, right?
Absolutely.
I had an idea once. Feed tuna mayonnaise. Then you have the tuna fish sandwich right there.
Wow,
that's a heck of an idea.
That is a heck of an idea. Back to the task at hand again. All these great the events that you were talking about. There was one I did want to ask you about off the out of that stack, and that was the Juneteenth celebration coming up here next week. Juneteenth is a day that, for a lot of people, they might not actually know the meaning of it. Give us an idea of, as best you can, as to what why we should be recognizing this day.
I think this is a perfect opportunity because the very first speaker, I think it's at 11:30, is going to talk about the origins and the meaning of Juneteenth. I don't know if it's going to be live streamed, but I would invite you to come down at the Idea Center right off of Water Street. It starts at 11 o'clock on this Saturday, and see what it's all about. Experience it for yourself because it's a cultural event that is meant to educate and celebrate. And we would cordially invite you to come down and learn and celebrate with us.
Absolutely, because I think as white people, I don't know if we can completely grasp or understand just exactly what this means for the African American Black community here in the United States, and exactly why they celebrate it as they do.
And I agree with you 100%, but it's not my story to tell. I am the wrong person to tell that story. And I guarantee you, Marion would be happy to explain things to you, to sit and talk to you about it and explain the significance. I'm sure there will be other people there that you can share stories with and learn. And it's really going to be a learning process for all of us. It always is. We continue to learn, to evolve, and to better ourselves, and we should try and do that every single day.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, this is coming up this weekend at the Ideas Center. Anything else people need to know before attending or before coming out for it?
No, not really. Everything's going to be there, and of course, there's all sorts of other events going on. So why not make a day of it? Grab yourself a room, stay overnight. We've got things going on all weekend.
Absolutely. Barbecue ribs, maybe?
Maybe. That's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll just throw some on the grill and we'll let it smoke all day. And have some nice fall off the bone ribs. I won't have a whole lot of supply though. We're gonna have to find a really big grill.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll work on it. But we've got food trucks. So we've got a couple of food trucks that specialize in Southern style cooking, soul food or smoked ribs, cornbread, those sorts of things. It's fabulous food. But I know they're going to have some demonstrations there at the Juneteenth Festival as well.
Absolutely. And again, as people, come out and about in Stevens Point, I guess this is your call to everybody that, we're open for business. We've got a lot of great downtown businesses. We've got a lot of reasons for you to come here and make a day or a weekend of it.
Absolutely. And I was just talking to, I didn't talk to her. I saw a message that she sent. One of our local downtown businesses, Agra. This time last year, they were literally closed up, doing only online sales. And she pointed out that her sales had increased from last year to this year 325% for the same time period. It's because people are getting out and doing things again. We're coming out of our holes, out from under our rocks, and we're feeling safer. We've got a bunch of people here that are vaccinated. I really think we're on the downward slope of this pandemic, and people are just chomping at the bit to get out and do something fun. Stevens Point's the place to do it.
Absolutely. Well, hey, as we talk here, I'm probably going to head out, take the station vehicle, don't tell the boss, and I'm maybe going to visit some of those downtown businesses. Why not?
You do that.
Absolutely. Get some of that, get some barbecue sauce and some maple syrup at Agora.
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely. Well, Mayor Mike, we always appreciate the time. I'll look forward to chatting again next month.
All right, see ya.